Intro.
Hello. I'm trying to think of that
Like we're like
commercial for like,
newscasters.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Sunday.
Yeah.
One night only.
I know.
The Terminator live.
Ghosts. My God.
Shadow spirit. No,
Yeah.
that doesn't roll off the tongue. No.
Not quite the same.
No. So this is Jazz.
And share.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And she's gulping. As we're heading into a tail night, we're just introing our next episode that I had the pleasure. It was a girls' night out. Girls' night. Or a ghouls' night in.
It was Ghouls night out.
Ghouls' night in. I went over to Colleen's house on my street. We had Colleen and Doris over into the Pod Cellar last year in the basement.
Yep.
Maybe 2 years ago now. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It was 2 years
Funny
now.
how time flies. Yeah.
Like a whole freaking year got wasted there. So,
I know. Just a write-off.
Yeah.
So we had those girls. Cher met those girls.
Those girls.
We
had those girls.
Those girls.
Those girls are awesome, by the way.
They were pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of going over to Colleen's last week just for shits and giggles. You know, just do something. I didn't really feel like drinking that night. But we were going to watch a movie, The Entity of all things.
Yay.
And Colleen's mom was there.
Easy watching.
Oh, my God. You know, I remembered how horrifying that movie was. You know, just because, like, yeah. But I didn't realize how graphic it was.
Really?
Because I forgot a lot about it.
Oh, I know. You forget shit until
but
you're
it's just like, oh, my God. Cringy. Yeah. Sitting there with somebody's mom watching. Well, there's
yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it the mom factor?
Well, she happened to be in town. She slept over.
But you know how the mum factor always kills a movie, no matter what it is.
Yeah, I felt kind of awkward about that. But
you're
we're all
like,
adults.
Oh my God, I know.
We're all adults.
Doesn't matter.
I know.
The mum always.
You never
rules.
grow up.
Yeah.
I mean, you never.
Nope. Well, yeah, never grow up really either.
Yeah. I think he would knock before he came in. I would hope so. He just walks in the houses. Here I am. Anyway, so Cher couldn't be with us, but it was the most fantastical night because, you know, here we're supposed to watch a movie and we're sitting around just yakking, and there was, I think, 5 of us all together. And then Karen, who's Colleen's mom, starts telling some stories. She's got some personal stories are good of the ghost variety, and I guess we're just chit-chatting away, and then Colleen just said, oh, well, Jazz has got a ghost podcast, so her ears just perked up.
Oh,
hello.
Yeah, really, ghosties?
Ghosties. So she started telling us a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, I gotta record this.
Rewind.
Hello. Can you stop that thought?
Yeah.
And, you know, so
excellent.
So here is the first part to our interview with Karen over at Colleen's house, and definitely going to have these ladies over into the pod lounge once we kind of get things going again.
Yeah.
Karen has more stories, but for the moment, please listen and enjoy.
Enjoy away.
Ghouls Night In. I've had a lot of experiences, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in your periphery?
Oh, yeah, I've seen shadows and stuff. Yeah.
I've seen them too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is Linda. Linda's going to tell us a story.
Oh, Karen.
Is it?
I'm Karen.
Karen? Oh, I'm sorry. Scratch that. That's Karen, not Linda.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, no worries. No worries. Okay. I work in a used to work in a personal care home. And, you know, personal care homes, well, the staff would say, oh, yeah, we would see people, you know, or you would see the head poking out of the door or whatever. And so okay, fine, cool. And this one night, it was just like the busiest night or full moon night. And so I'm at the nursing desk, and I'm trying to fill out forms and whatnot. And I happen to look up down the hall because I'm hearing a sound, and I'm looking and trying to think where the sound is coming from. And I would say about the third room from the end of the hall, a black head popped, leaned out of the doorway, looked, and then leaned back. And so I thought, okay, one of the residents is up. So I walked down the hall, and the resident was sound asleep in his bed, and he had side rails up, so
there's no way.
There was no way that this gentleman would have climbed out of his bed. By the time I walked there, I was a fast walker at that time, and got to the end of the hall, and there would have been no way.
Really?
Yes.
Can I ask which care home that was at?
Well,
Can you say? I can bleep it out.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I
Is
worked
it
there,
old?
and and being with the dying, I could feel.
Yeah.
I could feel them lifting.
Right. The
So
partner.
yeah.
When people were like close to dying, had they ever told you that they were sensing things, like seeing things, or people were
Other
there to
people
get them?
or the residents
Like-
themselves.
Yeah, the residents. Did they ever disclose anything? No.
No.
Because they say sometimes they can
Yeah.
sense
No.
somebody coming for them.
No. Like no. They were at the stage where they wouldn't feel, but you could feel.
Sense it.
Yes. Yes.
Very interesting.
And so yeah, but that was, and then after that you just kind of think, okay, you see somebody poking, bending out of the doorway a little bit, or
Yeah.
or you feel, and I've heard from some staff say that they felt the same thing,
Right.
that they would walk by and it would make you stop, back up and see, because you think they're moving about in their room, but they're not.
Right.
So yeah.
Or ever have like see somebody departed, and then before the room is ready for the next resident, like the call bell goes off in that room and stuff like
Never
that.
had that.
Oh, I've heard a lot of that.
Yeah, no, it would freak everybody out there, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Nobody wanted to work the night shift.
No kidding. Have you had anything yet, Doris?
Okay.
Have you seen anything?
No.
Not yet. Not
nothing,
yet.
nothing,
That's how I set that up.
nothing major. Little things, but nothing like huge.
Yeah.
Like, there's this one closet door that opened while I walked in. You know those, but it could have been the spring was off
Sure.
or something. But I walked in.
Yeah.
I work in night shift, and all of a sudden, opened up.
Mhm.
You know me, I'm freaking out, right? Because
Mhm.
I watch things. And
Yeah. Well, we had these two girls. We interviewed these two girls. They came over and they told some stories. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
It's working in a personal care home. It's interesting.
I've
The
had a
night
few
shift.
of them hallucinate and stuff, and think that there's someone's in their room and stuff right before they pass away.
Oh,
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Like they'll pass away
Yeah.
that night,
Yeah.
and they're like saying that they see this, they see that, but I don't know what.
Yeah. Oh, now you made me remember something. My grandma, your great grandma, so she was dying, and so the family was there, and at that time I had taken therapeutic touch, and so I was in the room there, and with my mom and her sisters, and so I was standing beside grandma, and I thought, okay, I am going to help her, because she was her breathing, it was almost Shane Stoke, and so I took and did some therapeutic touch to try and smooth her out, or take away the ruffles, or I can't remember the term anymore. Anyway, so I could feel that she was down there, and now she was up here.
Oh.
And I had said to my mom and my sis and my aunties, if you want to say something to grandma, to your mom, come around and just put your hands there, and just tell her what, goodbye or whatever you want to say. And my aunts and my mom, they looked at each other. I says, if you don't want to, fine, So they came, and they stood around, and there were like 4 of them, and myself and my cousin, Pam. And so we stood there, and as we were standing there, the corner of my eye, I saw somebody at the foot of the bed, and I looked, it was Grandpa.
Wow.
I could see him as clear as day, but that was just like as quick as that, eh?
Right.
So,
Well, it's all energy, right? Like it's all about energy.
yeah,
Energy doesn't go away. It just kind of.
right.
But they try to give you signs, right?
Yes.
Right,
Like
because-
dimes
yes.
and
Yeah.
a song on the radio. I get dimes. Like, I don't have change. No one has change anymore.
They say-
I will find a dime still to this day, like under a picture. I moved my dad's picture
You're
to
they're
dust
letting
it
you
in my
know.
mom's room.
Yeah.
A dime.
Yeah.
Why would there be a dime there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say.
And they say that's someone's trying to get a hold of you or something. Or maybe my dad or my brother. That's the only two that I know that are close to me that passed away. I'm thinking, okay. Or a song on the radio. Every time I go in the car, it's like the same song, same song. You hear it so many times.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Nope.
No.
I've
No.
had that. Oh yeah.
No,
You hear a
I-
song
no,
so many times, like you get in the car, you go in the store, you get in the car again, it's on
I
again.
listen to CJOB, so I mean.
Oh. the broadcasters. Don't
Yeah,
say anything to say.
You and my husband.
Yeah.
The dime thing freaked me out though, because I don't have change. I'm poor,
Yeah.
You know
and
what
all of a
really-
sudden I have all these dimes. I'm rich, right?
But going back to, I think it's just coincidence, but you know, the song thing, which always freaks me out. I'll hear the same song like 3 or 4 times in one day.
Yes.
Or all of a sudden, all different stations are playing the same band or whatever. I'm like, did somebody die?
Really?
Did that band die? Like, I always think right away, because like, why is this all coming up at the same
Yeah,
time? It's
yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
weird. Right?
It's just they're trying to. I think I've read about it. They're trying to get your attention.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you think about them, are they there with you when you think
Yeah.
about them? When you think about somebody, oh, are they
Yeah.
there?
Right.
They say they.
I
Well, did I tell you, Colleen, Grandma's experience? 2 weeks before she passed away, she said I came down, check on her, make she's okay. And she said, she says, I had a visitor last night. And I said, are you kidding? And here, I says, what time? And she says, oh, I was in bed already. And are you kidding me? You
Who
have the
visited
door
you?
lock and all this kind of stuff. And I says, oh, and she says, yeah, it was right by my bed. And I says, oh, okay, what did he look like? And she says, I don't know. It was all white. And I says, oh, I says, I bet I know who that was. I says, I bet that was Dad just checking on you to make sure you're okay. And because she was, anxious. And I says, that's probably what it was. And 2 weeks later, she died. So I knew.
Nice to
That's
think. That's
nice.
comforting.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's good.
Well, they say they come and get you, right?
That's
Yeah.
what they say. Yeah.
So, well, look at Grandpa.
I'm
He
asking
came
the
for
professional
Grandma.
here.
Well, that's what they
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
I watch
So-
a lot of things. I record a lot of things. Haunted hospitals, everything.
I think we were talking about this. You and I have the same
T&E,
thing.
detour.
We
I
can
have
we
everything.
can nap with this stuff, right? We had that conversation before. It's
Yeah.
the weirdest thing. I have the best naps when I have all these like ghost shows on TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nothing bothers me.
No, like it
Nothing.
That's how I fall asleep.
Just, yeah.
Nothing bothers me.
You're kidding.
Right? Like,
You know, I have a cousin.
Really?
She watches. She has to watch a Walt Disney program after she watches a scary show. She goes, oh, okay, I gotta watch. I don't know, Finding Nemo or something. I gotta watch something
Just
before I
a
go to bed.
cleanse.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
a
like,
cleanse.
are you kidding me? This is
That's
awesome.
fine.
Why would you go think of that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I watch those things too on TV. And
Rainbows and unicorns.
yeah, and unicorns, eh?
I'm like,
Yeah.
paranormal
And so,
activity,
I
yes.
like watching that stuff. And of course, I like watching just so I can debunk.
Right.
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is just like, oh, friggin'.
If it's really
come
bothering
on.
me, though,
Yeah.
yes. If
Yeah.
something really bothered me that I watch, that
Yeah.
it's very disturbing, not scary, but
Yeah.
disturbing,
Yes,
Yeah.
then I'll try to do something else or whatever, because I will. It'll affect me before I go to bed.
yes. Well, it's funny you should say that
Disturbing.
because I'd be watching a few episodes of something, and so then I gotta switch the channel.
Yeah,
You
I do
know.
too. I switch
And
it as
then
it's
all
going
of
on.
a sudden, our cat, he's going weird.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm just like,
Cats
you know,
know.
Cats know.
Animals
Well, cats know.
yeah. And I'm just like,
There's nothing in my house.
he's
Socks,
just,
you know.
My cat just drags his butt in the carpet. That's all.
Socks, you know.
That's rude.
So I always keep thinking, before we got this cat, so we had a cat called Angel, and she was afterwards, I think Donna, Auntie Donna, my sister, so she nicknamed her Hell's Angel because she was just a nasty little girl, you know. And like she would hiss, "This is my home. They are my children," referring to my husband and I, and you know, and you get out, you know. Anyway, so we had to put her down because she got so very sick, and the vet said, you know, don't know what's the matter, but she's not going to last, and blah blah. So anyway, so before I was diagnosed, I would feel during the night this on the bed.
Oh my God!
You
on
know,
the bed or on your body?
On the bed. Oh, I'm in bed, and she's.
You can feel this.
I could feel
inside
that
you.
on me.
On you.
On my legs.
Walking on you.
Yes. And I know darn well, we don't have a cat, you know. And I says to Larry,
Oh
my husband,
goodness,
and I
she's
said,
got a real.
and I
problem.
said, you know, I says, Angel came to see me last night, and of course my husband's, you know, like, yeah, right.
Poppycock.
Twice.
God, if he really knew,
Twice.
oh, he'd be scared.
Well, when he falls asleep, he's dead to the world.
Yeah.
So me, it
But
takes
And
a
he's not
while.
open. He's not
to-
open to it, right? So
Takes
it's not
me a
gonna affect
while
him.
to fall
But you know
asleep.
what? The people that are the most skeptical, like the guys especially and stuff, they're like, "Oh, I don't believe in ghosts.
Until it happens.
That stuff doesn't exist." Well, the one time there was a book that levitated off the table, but there was a breeze.
Yeah,
You know, it's just
yeah.
like, okay.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like okay, whatever.
Yes.
You're
gives
floating.
you-
You are
makes
floating in
comfortable
the air.
and-
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
he laughs at me when I watch, and I says, yeah, I mean, I'm debunking the same thing, you know, kind of thing, you know.
think I told
mean,
you
you can
everything.
tell, like,
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
yo,
But I tell you about the fingerprints on my daughter's legs?
No, you didn't tell me that.
Oh my gosh. Really?
No.
The
you never
blowing
told
of her hair when she walked
Wait,
to school and she peed herself?
that you told me. Yeah, you told us that. Yeah.
But she'll get fingerprints, like bruises, like do, like this.
No, you never. I don't think you
Yeah,
said
she had
that.
bruises. We
Was
see
that
them. I
like
should have
a-
took pictures of them.
Was that in the basement?
Yeah.
Maybe you did tell us then. I
Yeah,
can't
she had
remember.
bruises like this and like this.
Oh yeah.
And then
I'm a bad podcast host. We've had so many freaky stories in the last
she's
2
had
years. it's
so
just
many
like,
bruises. So many little tiny little bitty bruises that are like fingerprint bruises.
Oh yeah.
But that's only when she's alone.
I was gonna say, has it
Because
stopped
she's been
now?
living with her boyfriend for 5 years now.
Oh, okay.
In my house. They sleep together in the same room.
Nothing.
If he goes away to Taiwan or wherever he goes,
Okay.
it happens again.
Really?
But when he's there, it doesn't happen.
That's freaky. That's very freaky.
what were you saying, oh, Mom?
Oh, you have to tell Jasmine about the old house, the farm, when you grew up with Val and all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, there was all
She
kinds of
got
shit
so
happening
much here,
in the house.
Jasmine.
I know.
So much.
I'm glad we're unpacking all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we would, well, my mom grew up in that house. Grandma, grandpa, her mom and dad,
Yeah,
and her brothers and sisters, they moved out to the farm, Brokenhead, and it was bush swamp. It, like, they literally broke, they moved out there, and, yeah. And so Grandpa built a house, and
Like homesteading, like they were the first to.
that's the word.
Yeah.
Thank you. I lose words.
No worries.
But anyway, so when they moved out there, there were 8 of them, and they lived in a granary. So you know there was ice in the corners of the house. My uncle Gus, he was just a little guy. We referred to him the little shitter, and so you couldn't find him in the tall grass. You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, so Grandpa built their house, and Mom lived in there. My mom and dad got married in the house, and we grew up in that house. But that house, it was very noisy, and it was a solid house. And then this one time, our neighbors, we got a Ouija board for Christmas.
Oh my God. No, you didn't. Don't
Yes.
tell me this.
Yes,
And how old would you have been?
we would have been. I was still in grade school yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I would have been 12, 13, you know, and then my
Yeah.
sister's younger, and the neighbor Sharon, so she came down to our place. We were playing with the Ouija board and
As
asking
one would do when you're
questions.
conjuring the devil? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, we were just.
You didn't know.
We didn't know.
You didn't know.
Everybody got the Ouija
That's
board,
fun.
and
It's
so
all
we
good.
played. And so we were asking, did anybody die here? And the Ouija board would go no, and Sharon's mom and dad, like she was adopted, and her mom and they lost. She couldn't carry babies, and so she'd miscarry.
Yeah.
And so she says, okay, are any of my stepbrothers and sisters here that died? And then yes. How many? 9.
Whoa.
And we were just like, okay, and so I says, okay, is my brother here? Yes, because I lost an infant brother.
Okay.
And yes. And we said, is he okay? Yes. And then after that, it was noisy upstairs.
Oh yeah.
We, of course, as a kid, you didn't think of it
No.
because the house was noisy, but it was noisier,
Right.
Yeah.
It
And
felt more occupied.
yeah, and I didn't think about it until years later
Right.
when you started hearing about Ouija boards and how
Yeah,
bad
yes.
they are. And then it was like holy crap. Okay. Things making sense,
Yeah. Sure.
like the basement downstairs. You were it was the basement from hell, and it was we would had to go downstairs and get potatoes and
And then
for
go back
mom and
upstairs.
everything, and yeah,
Yeah.
But it was a dirt basement.
Oh
yeah.
Didn't have
Well, it was
any flags.
it wasn't
Spring.
it was concrete, but that what you're thinking dirt is that one side where the floor heaved
Oh, okay.
and it was a big hole in the floor.
For the
yeah.
potatoes.
Yeah, no, the potatoes were on the other side. But we always thought, that, it's hell.
There's something in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when you're hearing noises downstairs, and our toilet was downstairs, so you had to go down there,
That's the worst.
so you made damn sure you held on real good,
That's right.
You go with 2 people.
Yeah.
It's funny.
No, you never did because the other didn't want to go.
Yeah.
So,
That's why. Maybe that's where it comes from. Women always go in the bathroom in pairs because
Yes.
the basement's haunted.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
because as kids, during the day it was okay, and during the night,
Oh,
because
yeah.
there was only one light.
Oh, yeah.
In
yeah,
our
yeah.
basement.
And
Can you
no,
imagine if that
they
would've
didn't have
burnt
cell
out just
phones back in the day with the
Well, you
flashlight,
would have
right?
gone
Yeah.
outside in the snow. That
No
would have been
kidding.
it.
Yeah.
It's funny. The Ouija board. You look up. It says must be 8 or older to play.
Yeah.
So you can be 8 and older to conjure the devil.
Yes.
But 21 or 18 to drink.
Brooke
So-
Brooke made like in our house, and that's when things started happening. Brooke made her homemade Ouija board, homemade.
No.
Yep, I didn't want one. I didn't want to have one, so she made one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then
It's
all of a
just a
sudden
portal.
things were
That's
happening
all
to
it
her,
is.
like her door slammed in the
Yeah.
night. She's
Yeah.
calling me like,
Well, I mean, like in those days, it was a game.
That's right.
You know.
Milton and Bradley.
Yeah.
and I didn't think it was
Yeah.
bad either
How
back in the day,
fearful,
right?
how
Now,
frightful can that be,
Yeah.
you know?
now,
Yeah.
don't. I never want one.
I
now.
had one. Like I had one, and I
Yeah.
had bad experiences.
Back in the day, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, like very bad
we,
experiences.
it was just like, oh, okay, you're dragging it. Oh, okay, you're doing this.
Yeah,
oh,
are
okay,
you
you're
doing that? Yeah, you're moving it.
You
I know
know.
you are. And
So,
Yeah.
so I mean, we never really believed.
I don't know.
But it wasn't until
Figured
when
it
I was
out.
older then when you were younger, like I was saying about, I would see in the corner of my eye, always on the left side, 3 black figures coming through a door, and it was a bright door. Everything else was kind of grayish, blackish, and they would come through and not cast a shadow.
Oh.
And they would come walk towards me, and I'd have to blink.
Yeah.
And when I started high school, they were gone.
So
I
that
never
was
saw 'em
that was
again.
in that farmhouse then. That was happening.
I would be driving in a car
Oh yeah.
with mom and dad,
It happened
or
anywhere.
it happened just like that. All of a sudden, we would our neighbors would come pick us up, and my dad and 2 other neighbors, we would take turns picking everybody up and going to school and driving us to school. And I'd be in their vehicle, and it was just a moment of quiet. Well, kids, right away there's chatter, right? And sitting there, a moment of quiet, and all of a sudden I'd see these 3 guys coming through the door.
But shadow figures, not a guy, not faces.
They looked masculine,
You probably felt that too.
You see eyes?
You saw it was just black. Just,
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
When you see those black shadow
Yeah.
figures that they make, you can cut out a plywood and you paint
Yeah.
it, and people have the cowboy and the cowgirl,
How innocent she is. She has no idea shadow figures. Right?
Yeah.
Shadow figures are horrible.
Yeah.
They're right. Shadow figures are. They talk about shadow figures as alien, like the people that take
Well,
you.
they don't.
Some of them
really-
do.
Yeah.
Some of them take
they
you.
don't, They don't really know. The most
The
interesting.
bright light makes sense.
The most interesting. I can't talk to. I'm not even drinking, and I can't.
Maybe you should have
Spit
one.
it out, girls.
Yeah.
Spit it out.
But the most interesting theory that I heard of on another podcast a few years back, and I actually buy into it and I believe it. Okay, now I don't want to sound like that person. You know how they say that there's different planes, different astrals, and really our reality perception is on a timeline that we know of, but nothing is linear. Nothing
Yeah.
is really. So there are different existences happening. That's how you explain your frequencies and why electromagnetic signals you can pick up wavelengths, and this is what they say.
And crazy deja vu.
Yes.
And all this stuff. Well, this one podcast, this one
Dreams.
story they told is actually people sometimes that can travel out of their body. Okay, whether you want to believe this or not. And I'm an optimistic skeptic. Me and my pod partner. we
I'm
call ourselves-
open-minded.
Yeah. I'm open to anything, within reason, and that's why we like to debunk this stuff too and hear these stories. But the one person kind of astral projected out of their body, and they went to a place that they know of, and they went to go visit somebody that lived far away. They kind of just they went in a trance-like state, and they saw the place. The place described to them, or I don't know how they knew this place. I think it was their son's place or something. But then there was different people there, and then they weren't there, and then all of a sudden that person saw them, and they went back, right? And they're like, that wasn't my son. Like they went to go see their son's place, and then when they touched base, and this is halfway across the other side of the world, and then when they touched base with their son, and they kind of questioned them without trying to freak them out to say I was snooping on you and astral projecting or whatever, right? And the son said, "Oh, we moved 2 weeks ago." So it was somebody else. So another idea of black shadow figures is when somebody projects astral planes out of their body into another area, whether
Someone's
it's,
coming to see you all the time. 3 people.
Well,
Three guys are coming to see you.
it could be alien
men.
too. Like
Yeah,
it just,
3
it's just-
masculine
it's something
figures.
you can't explain. And some people are more sensitive to that stuff than others to pick up black shadow figures and that because you're more open, and also your level of understanding is on a different plane because there are so many different planes wrapped up. So they say, and again, I'm just from what I've seen and heard and researched, and it's interesting. I mean,
I always thought, I figured, okay, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
There has to be something else out there. There has to.
I don't
be.
know. There's
If
3
we are
of them.
here,
As
there is
humans,
more.
exactly.
There's got to be more. If
Yeah.
we're here,
we can't be
there's
just
got to be
that
more
place.
here.
Yeah,
As long as it's not 4, because that would be the 4 horsemen.
Well, yeah.
nobody
No.
wants that.
No, because
Yeah.
after I started high
I'm
school,
sorry, what does that mean?
was it. They were
The
gone.
apocalypse.
The apocalypse.
Well, how come I didn't know that?
Google it.
Well, how come I didn't know this?
Yes.
I'm French and Catholic. How come I didn't know
How
this?
did you not know
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, they don't
What
teach
is it?
that really.
War,
Or where'd you get
pestilence,
that?
death, and who's
This is the first time I've heard of this.
Yeah.
I'm
Plague.
into
Is it
all
a
of this
plague?
stuff.
Plagues, I
Yeah.
think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ding, ding,
Yes.
ding, ding.
I watched.
No prizes
I just
here.
watched the movie. Remember Demi Moore, The Seventh Sign?
Oh, that was freaky. That was a good
The
movie.
So
Witch?
how come I didn't know about this? What you're talking about? But I watched the movie The Seventh Sign.
Oh, that was
all the signs of the end
that
of the world.
was
Yeah,
a movie
yeah.
and a half.
How did I miss
Damn,
that?
Demi
damn,
Moore? Demi Moore?
dip.
That's
She
why
was pregnant. But she was really pregnant. She was carrying rumor. She was carrying one of her daughters.
Yeah.
Rumor.
Oh,
her
wait
first
a
daughter.
minute. Wait a minute. This Seven Signs, Seven Sins. That was with Brad Pitt.
Oh no. That's
And-
that's not Seven Sins. That's called
Seven.
There's Seven Signs, and then there's
Seven.
the one
something.
with Brad Pitt and
Seven.
And
Seven.
Morgan Freeman.
Seven.
Yeah. And Morgan Freeman.
oh, that was so good.
That was.
I like
that's
Gwyneth
the-
Paltrow. Gwyneth
I like the
Paltrow.
ending to that one because I don't
Yeah.
like Gwyneth Paltrow.
The
Bye,
head.
Gwyneth.
Oh.
You don't like her?
Jasmine,
I
you're
don't
evil.
like her. I don't.
Well,
She's
good for you
so
because
pretentious.
she
She's
ended up really
so-
bad in that movie.
Yeah, she lost her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the seven. What is it called? It was called
Well, it's
called
just
Seven.
seven.
Seven. Okay,
Yeah.
Seven Signs
Seven
of the
Signs.
Demi Moore. It was all of this, and she was in real life. She was pregnant in real life. They showed
Okay.
her belly in the movie, and that was her carrying
Really?
her first daughter. Rumor.
Cool.
There are so many good, end of the world movies. I mean, I don't.
There's so many end of the world movies.
I mean, it's just. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. But.
End of the world.
Well, anyway, I'll stop the recording here. Are you okay if I put this?
Sure.
Okay. Well,
You'll have to tell me
I will.
your
I'll let her know.
podcast so I can
Yeah.
listen.
And if you do find us, actually, if you Google us, we're everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
I'm
a
not.
Facebook group for Jasmine. You should
Yeah.
follow it. Jasmine is
Oh,
awesome.
I
posts.
love
I
that.
mean, not
She
to,
always makes me laugh.
not to toot my own horn or anything, but we're listened to in 43 countries for some reason.
Really?
I don't know if people are trying. I don't know if they're trying to learn another language or what the hell.
Okay, so
but
Yeah.
what is this? What
Yeah.
am I googling to
if
Giving
you,
Up the
if you were to
Yes.
Google right now, "Giving Up the Ghost" podcast, we'll be the first ones that come up.
You'll have to remind, because in 10 minutes after
Oh,
this,
no,
I will
yeah.
forget.
I'm
So,
following.
me too?
yes.
Yeah, it's great.
But we
So,
have
Colleen, you'll have to help me.
we have 112 episodes, and we're almost 18,000 downloads over the last 3 years. And
Really?
that's without advertising. Like
Yeah.
we don't advertise, like so.
Yeah.
It's just word of mouth. We have a certain following.
Giving Up the Ghost.
Is there a way to how do you
Are
follow
you on
this?
Facebook?
If you just like,
You
well,
have to
I'm
go to your
just-
groups.
Yeah, or just
Or
Google
no,
or
just Google
anything.
Giving Up the Ghost.
But
There's a ghost.
we have our certain people. We don't call them fans or listeners. We call them
Yeah,
friends, and
yeah.
they like what we do. We're honest with our people because a lot of people confide us and tell stories,
Yeah.
but they can't really tell other people without being ridiculed or judged.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, it's like cathartic, and there's a weight off there. Like,
Yeah.
well, they'd be like, well, you guys get it. Like, we don't mind. Like, I don't mind telling you this and that because you get it. Like, and I go, oh yeah, because we've
Yeah.
had our own weird experiences.
I
and,
know.
and because some people are
Yeah.
just, you get in the wrong crowd. I mean, for years, I would hide my interest in the paranormal and ghosts and stuff because people would be like, oh yeah, she's that girl or she's creepy or whatever. And now I've come to the point in my age, I don't really give a flying F because you
Yeah.
know what?
I love
Like,
it.
seriously, life's too short because to be fit in everybody's box of what they
That's
think you are
right.
and
That's
stuff.
right. Our
Oh,
friends,
yeah.
that my husband and I hang with. So,
Oh, maybe I better
stop at
this point.
Oh, yeah. Good
Okay.
idea.
Good night. Good night, Winnipeg. And we're back. The magic of editing. But I'm done. So that was the episode with Karen, her tales of working in a personal care home, working in HSC, also growing up in a haunted house in Beausejour, creepy farmhouse. No, and creepy shit happens in the country all the time.
Oh my god.
Totally.
Well, old homesteads are old homesteads.
course.
Like, I mean, they're
Yeah. Energy's energy.
Don't like that.
Nope.
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 So we'd love to have her back, and we said when we record next time, she'll have more stories to share.
I like more stories.
We love sharing,
Yes, my name is Sherry, so
and we love
I share.
sharing and spreading the ghost love, of course.
I share. Share likes to share.
So we know everything about nothing,
And nothing but everything still.
pretty much. Yeah,
I
it doesn't
know.
change at all.
I
So
know. No, it doesn't change. No.
exciting news! We got merch coming out soon. We're working on that.
Oh, I like merch.
It's pretty merch. It's our ghosty. It's our
I got.
it's our love
ghosties and
child.
Spookies.
Spectre, I guess, right? Would that be Spectre for the logo? I think.
That's ghosty.
Is it? Well, that's ghosty.
That's ghosty with Spectre on his butt.
That's exactly it. Yes.
Spectre butt.
Spectre butt.
Yeah.
Inspect your butt.
And
That's what he said.
That's why he has that expression on his face.
Ah,
He's like, no.
he's getting probed by aliens. Oh, I can make a green one.
Oh, you
Oh, I'm going to
could.
make little green guys now.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Just
Oh
make
my
them-
God.
You know what? I realize I'm making stuff. I'm doing stuff constantly because I'm preventing like really sad memories. It's an AHAD thing. So
There
I'm
you
making
go.
shit. So I'm
You
making
can
shit
make
for merch.
shit everywhere.
There you go. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Happy, happy pro butts. Happy, happy
Pro
pro
butts.
butts.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to peace out. My ride's coming. And where do they get hold of us, Cher?
Givinguptheghostpodcast@gmail.com.
Excellent. And remember to live every day like it is your last.
But never give up the gifts.
But never give up the ghosty or specter.
No, don't
Or,
give up Spectre.
you
and
know,
his pro butt.
and his pro butt.